Donald Trump is flipping the script on the Democrats, asking the DOJ to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's relationships with high-profile Democrats and banks. Oh, boy. Guys, yesterday, the Democrats tried framing Donald Trump as it relates to Epstein. And I'm confused by this because the Democrats, literally the Democrats on X, that's their account, said Epstein called Trump the worst person he knew. And it's like, what? Are you on Epstein's side? I'm confused by what your point is. Like, yeah, Epstein did not like Donald Trump because Donald Trump kicked him out of his club and wouldn't participate. But anyway, in this email, he says that Trump was with victim. Trump was with victim. Oh, heavens me, who could it have been? It implies that Trump was doing something untoward. Turns out the redacted name was Virginia Giuffre, who already testified under oath multiple times Trump never did anything wrong as far as she knew. And if they didn't redact the name, then it's a nothing burger. It's not a story. So that's why they did it. The funny thing is the emails they released have actually implicated them. Okay. Now, I will stress, as I have the past couple of days, or at least yesterday and today, I was sick the past couple of days, it is the utmost waste of time, in my opinion, that this has become politics in this country when we're dealing with serious political crises. ICE raids, H-1Bs, Chinese visas, workers, birth rates, AI, all this stuff. And I'm just like, you guys are just throwing Epstein at each other back and forth, and here we go. But I'll tell you what, this is the news, apparently. So, while it's in the news, I'll address it because I'm sure there's people who want to hear more about it. But I do think it is funny, honestly, that Trump is throwing this back in their face. The Post-Millennial reports President Donald Trump on Friday announced that he's asking the DOJ to investigate infamous financier Jeffrey Epstein's relationship with high-profile Democrats as well as banks. The reason I think Trump is going after banks in this matter is because they're going to be the collateral damage. The idea, I would say, is that Trump is playing a game where Democrats want to play hardball. He's going to cause damage to the banks that work with them. The banks will put pressure on Democrats and say, oh, heavens me, no, we don't want this to happen. Please, Democrats, stop what you are doing. You are hurting us. Trump wrote, now that Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving the Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all their other failures, I will be asking the AG, Pam Bondi, and the DOJ, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Epstein's involvement in relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan Chase, and many others, many other people and institutions, to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam with all arrows pointed to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned. One of the reasons why people are saying it's fake, the emails are fake, is because Epstein claimed Clinton was not on the island, but the logs say otherwise. So this is where we're currently at. Let me show you the backfiring. It is backfired on these Democrats. You're going to love this. Before we get into it, though, my friends, we got a great sponsor for you. It is Backyard Butchers. I love this stuff, man. Look at that meat. Thanksgiving's all about family, American tradition, and great food. And if there's one thing we all agree on, Big Ag shouldn't be at your holiday table. That's right, Big AG, Big Ag, just like Big Pharma, tried to infiltrate the food system with genetically modified food and hormones that affect your family's health and children's future. That's why Backyard Butchers is stepping in early this season to make sure American families can feed their loved ones the way tradition intended. This Thanksgiving, say no to feedlot mystery meat, no to Big Ag chemical hormones. Buy from Backyard Butchers real ranch-raised beef from American families who believe in doing things right. Because American tradition deserves better than Big Ag meat. And yes, your grandmother would approve. Right now, Backyard Butchers is offering to 30% off plus a free turkey with your purchase. That's 30% off, and your Thanksgiving turkey or ham is on them. Order at Backyard Butchers and use promo code TIM. That's Backyard Butchers, promo code TIM. I promise it'll be a great feast for your family. The best. Everyone agrees. At least that's what I've been told. American tradition, American meat. Check them out. Shout out, guys. Thanks for sponsoring the show. So here we go. I got this great tweet from you for you guys. This is from Solianath. It's got 10 million views. It's brilliant. They wrote, so let me get this straight. With the release of the Epstein emails, we found out that Epstein hated Trump, didn't trust him. They weren't friends. The New York Times directly worked with Epstein to suppress stories about him after Bradley Edwards, the lawyer for the accusers, said that Trump was the only individual to cooperate and help. Epstein said Trump didn't have one decent cell in his body. This was all so compelling that Democrats faked the redaction of the supposed victim's name. The name they blocked was Virginia Giuffre, who publicly testified Trump was innocent. Oh, and also Russiagate was confirmed a hoax, just like we said. Are Democrats retarded? Yes! Okay, well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hoax, here's the story. Democrats blocked GOP efforts to fast-track vote on Epstein files to keep issue alive longer, Republicans charge. Okay, here's what happened. Actually, let me just read it for you, because the Democrats is a lion. House Democrats prevented a quick vote on legislation that would require the DOJ to release all its files on Jeffrey Epstein, apparently hoping to keep the controversy in the spotlight longer, the GOP has alleged. Now, by all means, Democrats are going to claim, no, the Republicans struck it down. No. Let me read. Ahead of the House vote to end the 43-day government shutdown, Rep. Tim Burchett took to the floor and requested unanimous consent to immediately vote on the Epstein bill. The GOP attempt failed, with Rep. Steve Womack, a Republican, the senior GOPer in charge of the House floor, explaining the chair is constrained not to entertain the request unless cleared by the bipartisan floor and committee leaderships. I tried to get the Epstein files straight to the floor, cut out all this nonsense, and the Democrats blocked it, oddly enough, because you needed unanimous consent. You can't bring it to the floor, and the Democrats did not consent. This is politics. It has nothing to do with what's right. Indeed. Womack was restricted by House rules from revealing which party blocked Burchett's unanimous consent request, but the Tennessee lawmaker, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and others insisted Democrats stood in the way. The bill was the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which was introduced by Rep. Ro Khanna, who is championing an identical piece of legislation with Rep. Thomas Massie to release the Epstein files that is set to receive a vote this week. Khanna and Massie have secured sufficient support for what's known as a discharge petition. So the argument is Tim Burchett said, okay, unanimous consent, let's just vote on it now. And the Democrats said no. The Republicans don't reveal why it was blocked other than it was blocked, with the Republicans arguing they didn't block it. Now, Democrats are going to argue Republicans did block it, but that's kind of stupid considering it's the Republicans who introduced the unanimous consent vote, unless your argument is the Republicans just staged a false flag. Sure. Burchett did not sign the discharge petition, but wanted to bring the vote on Khanna's similar bill forward. I have not seen many stories written yet about the fact we put the discharge petition up for unanimous consent on the floor tonight. The Democrats objected to the unanimous consent. Nobody has written a story on that. This is stunning to me. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries' office did not immediately respond for comment. Massie and Khanna have been pushing for this. This we understand. They're going to mention all the emails. Yes. So here's the proposed community note on X. Tim Burchett says Democrats blocked GOP efforts to fast-track a vote on Epstein files to keep issue alive longer. That's the title from the New York Post. They wrote, Burchett is not telling the truth. He is publicly accusing Democrats of blocking the motion, but it was Rep. Womack who blocked it and struck it down without specifying objections from any particular party. Yes, and as pointed out in this story, Womack is blocked. I'm sorry, let me make sure I get it right. Womack was restricted by House rules from revealing which party blocked Burchett's unanimous consent request. So there you go. I'll put it like this. I don't trust the Democrats on this one. I believe the Democrats are largely using the Epstein case as a cudgel against Trump. Why? They didn't bring this up during the Biden administration, and they falsely redacted Virginia Giuffre's name to manipulate the public into believing a separate victim was with Trump. And Virginia Giuffre already testified Trump did nothing wrong. So the Democrats are setting this one up. I think they want this as a wedge issue because they don't have policy to campaign on, and thus they're blaming Trump. But back to the story at hand, Trump has spun it around on him, and now he's saying he's going to instruct the DOJ to go after them on the Epstein issue. I will stress one of the funniest things about this was the argument that Jeffrey Epstein says in the emails Clinton never went to the island. And Democrats are like, well, that proves it. Yes, because they all believe Jeffrey Epstein was the bastion of honesty and integrity. It's remarkable. I don't get the point. Actually, I think I don't know if I have the post here. No, I don't have it. Wait, is it here actually? Here we go. Democrats said newly released emails show Jeffrey Epstein thought Trump was one of the worst people he knew, with, quote, not one decent cell in his body. He went on to describe Trump with one word, dangerous. My response was, are you arguing? Is this pro Epstein? Like, what? The fact that Epstein hated Trump is good for Trump. What? So Epstein's accused of blackmailing world leaders into doing things with underage girls to control them. Virginia Giuffre said Trump never did any of this as far as she knew, and Epstein didn't like Trump. Could it be that Trump didn't do anything wrong and Epstein was pissed because he had no dirt on Trump? If Epstein had dirt on Trump, he would leverage it, not send private emails saying, I hate this guy. He'd be saying, lay off, this one's mine. Or he'd be saying, don't worry, I'll talk with Trump. In this, it looks like Epstein had no dirt on Trump and couldn't do anything about it. Funny. Well, there you go, Democrats. You reap what you sow. We'll see what happens. Smash the like button, share the show, all that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all in the next segment.